That's sort of a segue into these next two questions, or this question, and it seems to have the same theme. And this first question is worded, what legal qualifications do you have to be judge? Law school, legal experience, published legal opinions, etc. And what are the duties of a county judge? And if you're not a lawyer, can you fulfill all the duties? So to sort of paraphrase these two questions into one, and this will start with you, Mr. Utley. What are the duties of a county judge, and does it require a legal certification or legal background to perform those duties?
The duties of a county judge are to serve probate, to serve juvenile law, to proceed over civil law, and one of the most important things is to help balance the budget and present it. There is no college education or high school education required to be a county judge. You do not have to have a high school education. Thus, the general things that you can sit on without accepting state money, you can sit on in this county. Even though I have law experience, I've been in the courtroom, I've also dealt with juveniles, I can deal with the general responsibilities of this county. Now, if I don't accept the state stipend, then that state stipend can go to someone else that can set up into more important matters.
Mr. Tennant, same question. Duties of county judge, and does it require a legal background or certification to perform those duties?
Well, I should say that it certainly doesn't. To be elected to the office, you do not have to have a law degree. Judge Bedoyek's right here is a perfect example of it. He worked for many years to everyone's joy and satisfaction. However, there were certain things that Mr. Bedoyek will tell you, Judge Bedoyek will tell you, that he could not do when he was sitting there. And those may or may not be important to you, but they are part of the county judge's function. And as Mr. Utley correctly just stated, there's a stipend that comes from the state. You go find somebody else and put him in that office. This is kind of like the way our county attorney's office runs right now. We have a man named Herb Hancock, who's a resident of Karnes County, an extremely qualified person, who's only at the job every 3 months, and then he's off 3 months. And those interim 3 months are carried by the elected person. Well, you've got to ask yourself what's going on. I learned today that they've got over 2,000 cases on the backlog of the county court. Well, that's the county judge's responsibility to go down that hall, open some doors, and say, well, gentlemen, what is the matter here? Why do we look like Port-au-Prince, Haiti? Why can't we get things up? Is your computer not working? You don't have enough paper where you are? Why do you have a backlog of 2,000 cases? All right, this is a function of Karnes County. It's not the judge's function to move that docket, but it's his job to know what's going on and to bring it to the attention of everyone. And what I wanted to say earlier was, I don't offer any brilliant insights into these matters, but I can tell you what, there will be a written notice in the newspaper, if it's still running, every week identifying the problems that are coming up, identifying the recalcitrants who refuse to cooperate with good management, and putting the finger where it needs to be put. That's the letter I wrote to Alger Kendall last week. I said, among other things, Alger, please identify all
Thank you, Mr. Tennant.
budgets. I haven't heard anything yet, but you'll be the first to know.